Hey folks, I want to share with you my trip to the Keddie Wye Railroad Trestle in Keddie, California, which is about 7 miles from Quincy, California. And this whole area is up along the Feather River, all the way out from Orville out here to Keddie, is full of train trestles and unique bridges for automobiles, and some parts of the area even have bridges that cross over bridges. It's really pretty incredible. I want to start by kind of starting at the bottom of the bridge and coming all the way to the top to try to show you how big this thing is. And you might be asking yourself, well, why are those railroad ties white? But they're not. They're actually full of frost. It was 23 degrees overnight when I got here. And so the sun hasn't been up long enough at all to melt the frost on those railroad ties. And it doesn't do that until about 10 o'clock. Anyway, so let's pull up here and take a look and kind of give you an idea of just how big this thing is. Look at this, man. This is pretty incredible. It's about 225 miles from my house, and this is my second trip in 1 week to come out here and try to get this footage. The first time I brought the wrong speed micro SD card. It worked for my Phantom 4 Pro V2, but it didn't write fast enough for the Mavic Pro 2. Live and learn. There I am on the side right there. Now, if you take a look at this tunnel, the first arrow that comes up on the screen is pointing to the tunnel length. That's the tunnel number 32. And then 1925 is the year that it was built, and then a no trespassing sign. And don't go in the tunnel, because what happens is there's pickup trucks and stuff that go through there throughout the day, and trains. You don't want to be in that tunnel. Let's fly through the bridge here and take a look at all the underside of it. Man, isn't that pretty neat? Beautiful Feather River down here, pine trees, oak trees. Just an incredible place to visit and hear nothing but the sound of rushing water and birds. It's amazing to come sit out and listen to this, and throughout the day while you're waiting for trains, the bridge is popping and contracting and expanding with the heat and the water, and it's making noise throughout the day. It's really pretty incredible to sit and wait and listen and just find a sense of peace that you don't get when you live in the city. Here is a train. Now, these are tricky, I tell you. I've got the top side of this train. I thought I was recording when the train came through the tunnel, but there was a glitch with the drone. It turned on, then it turned off, then it turned back on. And as I got near the locomotives, I thought, man, this is going to be awesome, but it wasn't recording. So you get the top of the train anyway, sometimes luck is just not on my side, but there is no way that I know of to gauge when the trains come. There's no schedule. There's no app. So you have to wait there all day long. And I did. I waited there all day long from 6:30 in the morning. I got down to the train trestle and I left at, 4 o'clock, and there was only one train, and this was it. So, you get to look at the railroad cars. But at any rate, it was still fun. These trains are incredibly long too, and there's all different kinds of cars on them, steel coil cars, raw material cars, lumber cars, tankers, just so many different kinds of cars that these trains pull through here. And this was a Bnsf locomotive. And the funny thing about this Bnsf locomotive is as it goes through the tunnel here, I think I missed my shot to get it, right? But, later on in the day, it was actually just parked on the other side of another tunnel, which was only maybe 2 miles away. We could fly the drone straight up and see this train parked about 2 miles away. And what they were doing was a railroad crew swap out. They were switching the crew. And that was pretty neat too, to fly the drone over and kind of see that. But at any rate, there's no schedule, like I say, to show up just when the train's going to come and get your perfect shot. It just doesn't work like that. You've got to dedicate the time to drive out here and then to sit out here and potentially not get anything. So bring your bottles of water in your backpack, bring your granola bars, whatever you want, to sit down here all day and chill. because, the whole time I spent out here, I only saw this train and another one that I'll show you. As we were leaving the canyon, there was one coming in, and we came back, and you'll see it here in a minute. But look at that, man. Sunbursts coming down, shining over the trees, train going off into the distance there. Man, if there was ever any picture of like some kind of model railroad or something, this is it, man. So we got lucky. This train here, Bnsf, I haven't seen a UP train come through here yet. I've only seen Bnsf trains. Now, on the way out of the canyon, we saw this. I turned around and drove all the way back quick as I could to set up in this area to meet the train. And that's exactly what we did. So, take it how I can get it, man. The whole way as we were going home, I'm thinking, man, let's keep looking at the tracks. Let's see if we see anything coming. And if we do, we're going to make a U-turn, and we're going to park and set up really quickly and prepare for when the train passes by. And, and this train did. And it's a Bnsf locomotive, and they're really cool, man. The Bnsf, I really like the paint jobs. I really like the UP also, man. They're both beautiful looking locomotives and paint jobs. I really like it. Look how long this is, stretching along the river there. Really a pretty scene. And when they get to the Keddie Wye, one part of it goes off, the UP maintenance worker told me one part goes off towards Salt Lake, and I forget where the other part went off toward. I couldn't remember what he said. But they were working on a stretch of track this day, so I guess it prevented the UP train. It was sitting up in Portola, which was only probably about 40 miles away from us, but they were repairing tracks, so it didn't show up. And then the first time I came, the train broke down in Marysville, the UP train, so I couldn't get any footage of that one. I just have bad luck, man, sometimes. Tracks broke, trains broke down, etc., etc. But I was able to score this and share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoy it, and I will be back out here to get more drone footage of other parts of the area that have awesome bridges that I'm going to try to wait for trains to show up at also. So kind of be on the lookout for those. I'll post them in the community section and let you guys know what I got coming up with new videos and stuff like that. Now that the rainy season is not so heavy, I can get out more frequently with the drone and explore a little bit and share that. I go back and forth between the drone stuff and the toy photography. For those of you who follow me with the toy photography and other photography tips and tutorials, but I kind of go back and forth depending on what the weather is like and what I'm able to get out and do. I always want to create content for the people that watch, but it just depends on what I can create, what the weather is doing and what time I have to, dedicate to, certain types of photography more so than others. And as we're nearing the end of the train, please remember to like and subscribe, share the videos. I hope you find value in what I'm sharing with you folks. I appreciate all the interactions and comments that you folks leave. Remember, I'm not trying to change the world with my photography. I'm just trying to show you what's already here. Take care.